Hello students. Okay, good day. Okay, this video is a continuation of the calculation of the cost of electrical energy use. So this is part 2. Okay, in the previous lesson you've learned how to calculate the cost of electrical energy use for just one electrical appliance. Okay, now of course in the house you have more than one electrical appliance. So how are we going to calculate the entire cost of electrical energy for all the appliances in your house? Okay, so this is one example where you can calculate for all the appliances that use electricity in your house for 1 month. Okay, now let's look at what items we have here. You have fan, okay, you have the fan, you have fluorescent light, television, air conditioner, refrigerator, and vacuum cleaner. Okay, and the power is given for each one of the electrical items, and also how long they are used per day, so in terms of hours. So first of all you need to find out the kWh, which is the kilowatt hour. Okay, do you still remember how to calculate that? All right, now let's start with the formula. Because the kilowatt hour, okay, electrical energy use is equivalent to power times time, where your power is in kilowatt and the time is in hour. So here, let's look at the fan. Your power is 100, all right, and the duration is in hours. So no problem here with the hours. You have in already in hours unit, but for the watt, you have to convert into kilo. So how do you convert into kilo? So you always divide by 1000 if you want to change it to the answer in kilowatt. Okay, so 100 divided by 1000 would be 0.1 times 10 hours. All right, so you can do your calculation here. So this will be 1 kilowatt hour. Okay, for fluorescent light, it's 100 divided by 1000, which is also 0.1 times 6. This will be 0.6. Okay, for television, 200, so 200 divided by 1000 will be 0.2 times 3 hours, that would be 0.6. Air conditioner, 1000 divided by 1000 is 1, right? 1 times 8, you will get 8 kilowatt hour. Refrigerator, 600 watts, so 600 converted to kilowatt will be 0.6 times 24. Okay, so you can use a calculator for here. 24 times 0.6, you will have 14.4, and 1200 is 1.2 times 0.5. This is half an hour, right? So 1.2 times 0.5 is 0.6. So you have to add up all this. So 1 plus 0.6 plus 0.6 plus 8 plus 14.4 plus 0.6 is equivalent to 25.2. So this is 25.2 kilowatt hour. All right, so let's carry on. So 25.2 kilowatt hour is what you use for that month. Okay, I mean for 1 day, right? This is for 1 day. 25.2 kilowatt hour, but this is you want to calculate for 1 month. So we assume the 1 month is 30 days. So 25.2 times 30, you will have 756 kilowatt hour. Okay, now in the previous examples that we have seen a very easy rate, whereby it's always like either 20 cents for 1 unit, okay, RM 20 cents, or maybe RM 30 cents for all the kilowatt hour. But in reality, in actual case, in our country, we have different rates for different amount of kilowatt hour use. So it's not always the same rate. So it's actually what we call a tariff. Okay, this is called a tariff. That means there is a jadwal, there is a there is a table. So for the first 100 units, that means you have used actually how much? 756. So for the first 100 units, they will calculate using 20 cents. Okay, and then you have, after that, after the 100 units is used up, to they will count 20 cents per unit. Then the remaining 100 units later will be calculated at 30 cents. So it's different rate. And then any remaining units after that will be calculated at 35 cents. So you will see that actually the rate is different. It gets more and more expensive. That means the more electricity that you use, okay, the higher the number or the unit of kilowatt hour or the electrical energy used, you find that you end up paying more. Okay, let's look at the calculation here. Now, so the first 100, okay, you are using 756. So the first 100, take out 100 from here. So 756, take out 100. All right, now this 100 we calculate at 20 cents. So your 100 times 20 cents is 0.2. You get 20 ringgit. Okay, now you've taken out 100. That means you're left with how much? 656. Now for this 656, you cannot count using 20 cents. They are going to calculate using the next rate. The next rate is 30 cents. So you got to take out your 100. All right, if this 100 is going to be calculated at 30 cents. So this 100 will be calculated at 30 cents, and that will be 30 ringgit. All right, so you see that it gets more and more expensive just for the number, the same amount of kilowatt hour. And then how much are you left with? You've taken 200 out. You are left with 456 kilowatt hour not yet counted. Okay, now for this remaining 456, you cannot use 30 cents. You also cannot use 20 cents. You are supposed to calculate it at, you're charged at 35 cents for the rest of it. So the remaining will be 456. You have to times 35 cents. Okay, so you see what it actually means. The more electricity that you use, you actually end up paying more. So it's 159.60 cents. Okay, now you calculate, you add up all this, you add up all this, you add up, you get, wow, 209.60 cents. Okay, so you see that this is the actual bill that you have to pay at the end of your month. Now, if you don't have this tariff, let's say your usage is 756. If you times at a flat rate, that means for all the units you calculate at 30 cents, how much would it be actually? Because it'll be much cheaper. Okay, it'll be much cheaper, but unfortunately, this is not what happens in our country. We have a tariff. So if you calculate at 756 times 30 cents. Oh, sorry, I should count as 20 cents. Use the cheapest one. I should count as 20 cents. You would have 756 times 0.2. You will only actually end up paying 151.20 cents if you will have a flat rate of 20 cents. But this is not the case. We actually have a tariff. So, all right, the moral of the story is try to reduce the usage of electricity, switch off your switches if it's not in use, so try to save energy. Okay, so if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to get in touch with me.